I came from Pakistan. All of my family used to do jobs, really good jobs, high level jobs. That was the mindset, just to be employed. I respect that. It's fantastic. They're doing really good, but that wasn't my mindset. When I came here, I listened. That was something new. Like my father-in-law always talking about, hey, you have to do business. Business is the only way.
On today's episode, I'm speaking to Hassan Shah from Workspace IT Solutions.
A recipe of success in your business and in your life is persistence. You don't need high intellect. You don't need high knowledge or education. If you start doing 4 things, and the number one thing is
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Yeah, so my name is Hassan Shah and I'm from Pakistan. I came to Australia 10 years ago. In my family, there are like 10 cousins and who are all in IT. So growing up, when I joined university, like I just asked a cousin, senior cousin, and hey, which degree should I go for? Like I was literally signing up the forms for my admission in uni.
Yeah.
And he said, go for computer engineering. And I said, okay, that's the one I'm going to apply for. And
Smart choice.
Yeah. And it was really good going through computer engineering, like learning technical stuff because I love technical stuff. And that goes back to, school time as well, which is like, I really love mathematics. As you know, like mathematics is the mother of all sciences. And, the more you do, it's like muscle building of your brain. And it's very amazing. After doing computer engineering, went into IT as following the footsteps of other cousins, did certifications in Cisco, Microsoft, and then applied for a job. Like even before actually applying for a job, I went to start a business with my friends, like a close circle of 8 friends. Started a business, didn't work out. After 1.5 years, everyone ran away.
What was the business idea?
The business was like electrical equipment, like some, devices. They were making some kits for temperature,
Just didn't work out.
and lights, street lights and stuff like that. And I was covering the web seat, and which I realized that I'm not good at designing. So So after 1.5 years, looked for a job, and it was an internet service provider in Pakistan. It was called Nayatel, and in the capital city of Islamabad. It was the best start for me because that's
how you got into IT.
Yes.
Well, experience-wise.
100%.
Yeah.
Like at the back of my head, it was like following the footsteps of my cousins was IT. Okay, so
Why did everyone want to do IT?
I think there was a time like when everyone was saying, hey, go in the networking side, go for Cisco certifications, you'll get a really good job. And
this is like just before the internet boom or during the internet boom.
Yeah, around that time. Everyone was talking about, like in my cousins, like some did like Microsoft certifications, they were the expert. Some did like Cisco networking, did the expert level certifications. That's why like I thought, okay, I should go for it.
It's not a bad thing to do.
Yeah. And it's a technical thing, and I love technical things. And because I believe like God has given us a mind, like our brains the more you practice something, the better you become. So if something is challenging and technical, that's what I love. So that's why I went into that job. Like it was taking up a lot of calls, 40, 50 calls a day in the call center. My internet is not working, my video system is not working. And, over the phone, we had to sort a lot of issues. That's where I learned the art, how to get things done over the phone. That really helped.
That opened your eyes to manage support IT.
Yeah, that was like literally level 1 or level 2 kind of support. But it was very how to be patient over the phone, how to get a really non-technical person do technical stuff for you and try your best to not escalate it to the field technicians.
Yeah. That is an art because if I'm on the other side of the phone, I will generally get pretty angry because it's not working.
Yes.
It's not really your fault.
Yes. Some people used to shout as well. So
situation is just frustrating.
100%. Like if a business is unable to operate, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
In the support role, that was the very first experience, 1.5 years.
So you've always worked in IT then, really?
Yeah.
Even prior to coming to Australia?
Yes, that was in Pakistan, yeah.
You said you moved here 10 years ago. Why did you decide to pack up and leave Pakistan and move to Australia? Yeah. And why Australia?
Like in Pakistan, as you know, like a lot of political and economical issues were there. And most of the people, like when they do their, degrees, bachelor degrees or master degrees, we are more tend to, go abroad so we can create a life for ourselves and, support our family better. So we saw a lot of people around us going overseas, and, you know, they were pretty good, like financially and they were doing really well. So that was at the back of my head that, I have to.
So you were seeing other people that, you know, move abroad and make a good life for themselves.
Yeah. A lot of my cousins did as well, and family and friends. We knew, like, if we want to really, you know, excel and get more opportunities, we have to go outside because of the situation in our country. I'm not saying like there are no opportunities there. There are amazing opportunities there. There are amazing people there. But it's just that, you know, a lot of people, because of the issues, like they feel like it's better to go out abroad and, you know, support their family, support their parents.
More safe.
After my uni, like I tried for Canada as a student. I applied for a master's degree in Canada. As a student, for a student visa, because my aunt was living there. It got rejected. But at the same time, my childhood engagement broke at that time, which was heartbreaking. You know, I was looking to get married at that time. My parents were saying, you need to get married now.
Wait, hold on. How old were you?
I was 23.
Okay.
After bachelor's, after some experience, I was doing job. So they said, hey, you need to get married. That's
so
late.
Young, right?
That's late. A little bit late. Like generally in our country.
So when are you supposed to get married? 18?
Some people do, 18. Some people
you
get married.
You said childhood engagement. Were you already pre-arranged to be married to someone else?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Like in our country, like people say, hey, I've got a daughter, you've got a son. Let's engage them. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out. So, that's our elders used to do, like my parents and, you know, their family. Then at the same time, I had another family member, and my mom said, hey, we have a girl. And she's amazing, and let's go there, you know. And they are Australian based as well. Like she was born in Australia, but living in Pakistan for the last 6 years. I said, okay, let's see. For me, it was like really important to find the right partner.
Yeah.
Because somehow, I don't know why, like I used to say to people, I don't just only want a wife, but I want a very good mother for my children as well.
Yeah, so that's important.
That's 100%, So I don't know like where I heard it from, but something got into my mind like, hey, it's not just about you, it's about your children as well. And in our country, like a lot of people like look for, you know, marriages which are abroad, like people living abroad, so that they can go out. But in my mind, there was like a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
So straight away I told my mom, hey, I'm not interested, because they would think that we are, you know, asking for her hand because they are based in Australia.
Yeah.
And she said, no, we were we lived in Saudi Arabia for so long, so you don't need to worry about it.
Plus there's plenty of fish in the sea anyway.
100%. So eventually got married, and my wife, Aisha, like she imported me to Australia.
Yeah.
So because I got the visa, so
yeah.
So that's how I came to Australia, and I feel really blessed.
Nice. So then you found Aisha, and then you came to Australia 10 years ago. What was the first thing you did when you got here?
First thing was, like, for a week, my father-in-law, like, he's very strict and, you know, he's an amazing person. Like, he worked all his life, worked really hard to support his family. He said, I'm giving you a week. Have as much fun as possible. After a week, you have to go for work.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So the very first job I landed into was 7-Eleven. It was like a lot of learning, a lot of experience.
Intense.
It was intense because, like, coming from Pakistan, I don't know why, like, we are really spoiled there, like, because our parents look after us for so long. As compared to other guys working in 7-Eleven, I was really slow. But it was really good experience and got faster, and, you know, learned how the communication skills got better. Some like experiences happened as well, like while doing Saturday night shifts. You know, some crazy people coming and, you know, giving me a life lesson to get something better. So
really, what did they do to you?
The manager said, hey, we have got a Saturday night shift, you'll get paid more per hour. And at the time, like, I was trying to establish myself, so I said, okay, let's take the Saturday night shift.
You also get harassed.
Yeah. And I didn't know, like, that town, like, it's close to Mount Druitt.
Right.
I didn't know, like, there was a lot of chaos on Saturday night there. So when I was doing the shift, like a boy and his father was in the store, and it was after 12, you know, the door closes after midnight. And so they were like there at around maybe after midnight. the guy started throwing cans. He was ripping the magazines apart, and I went to there. I said, hey, are you stealing, like, have you hid something inside and in your shirt? And like, he started screaming at me, don't, you were trying to touch me and stuff like that. So, and I like, it was like, oh wow, I was new, and I was like, what's going on? What did I do wrong? And he said, I will sue you and this and that. And then another guy came, and I took like a few seconds to open the door because we have to press a button. And he started shouting at me, swearing at me. And then his friend came and said, how dare you talk to my friend like this? And so it was full on.
Yeah, right. Sounds like an average Saturday night.
Yeah. So after that, I never did a Saturday shift.
Yeah.
That also gave me, like pushed me that, hey, I need to do something better, because I had IT certifications. I don't have plans to continue like this.
Yeah, that makes sense. So when did you actually start your business in IT, managed IT support services?
Well, I worked for some companies for up to 6 years here, 2 different IT companies, really good experience. In 2018, one of my best mate, Rakesh, he's a mentor to me. Like, I was working for a medical chain. There was like an IT company which was supporting a medical chain, having general practices and radiology sites. He was the area manager of that chain. So he was covering 4 or 5 sites there. And we used to catch up on those sites, and it was fantastic to see him and, discussing things with him. And he was the nicest guy. We had a good conversations and stuff. He changed that job and went into another company and said, hey, I've got a project for you. Would you like to work with me? I said, yes. Why not? Because like, since I came to Australia, my father-in-law always used to push me, do business. Business is the only way. He was so emotional about it that like at one point, like I thought, okay, I came from Pakistan. Like all of my family used to do jobs, good jobs, really good jobs, high level jobs, become the, on the top, but in jobs. Like that was the mindset.
Just an employee.
Yeah. Just to be employed, like I respect that, like it's fantastic, they're doing really good, but that was in my mindset. So when I came here, I listened, that was something new. Like my father-in-law always talking about, hey, you have to do business, don't make mistakes, like business is the only way. And Rakesh said, hey, I've got a medical center in Potts Point that we have to set like at the end of 2016. And he said like it's just a basic setup, 2 general doctors' rooms, 1 reception, 1 treatment room. Hey, do you have like, are you registered? Like, do you have ABN? I said, what is ABN?
I can be tomorrow.
So he said, no problem. Just, go online in 20 minutes. You can register as a sole trader. Go for it. Just get your PIPL, professional indemnity and public liability insurance. And I, went online and I like signed up and I got the ABN. And then, did that project, like found the suppliers, like where do I get this hardware? Because I wasn't ordering for other companies when I was doing the IT work.
Yeah, you're learning all these things.
All of those things I had to make it work.
You had to do to run a business.
Yeah, 100%. And at that point, something really amazing happened. That was like a turning point in my mindset as well. Like on a Sunday evening, I was working on that side because weekdays was my full-time job. Weekends was part-time,
your side business
or after hours, weekdays and weekend was like part-time business. And I was like resetting the server, and I had to, I backed up the patient's data into external hard drive, and I did the reset of the server. When the servers was all ready to go, I connected the hard drive, and the hard drive was showing up as corrupted. And it had like more than 10 years of patient's data. And I was about to panic. And I said, oh my God, what did I do? Like, what should I do? Like Rakesh relied on me.
You've effed it.
Yeah. And at that point, like, I was like, okay, I should give up. I should just call. Why the hell did I, in the first place, taking an extra project? I should be with my family over the weekend, going outside and, in parks or, going for hiking or stuff.
Time together. Yep.
And at that point, I was really, really panicked. And I thought, maybe, okay, I took my phone. I was about to call Rakesh and say, hey, sorry, I failed you. And I thought, maybe I should give up now and we should do something. How should I recover that and stuff like that? And a voice came from inside, like, troubleshoot it, mate. and I knew like no one is going to come and help me.
Yeah, you had to do it yourself.
I had to do it myself. And at that point, like I said, okay, I won't give up like that. Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
And then I started searching. It was something basic, like on Google, I found out that, sometimes hard drives play up like that, do this, do that, reconnect and change cable and stuff. And it started working.
Yeah. You became an expert Googler.
Exactly. Yeah. So at that point, like it was not a very big thing. Like it was like I was able to sort it quickly. But in my mind, I realized when my mind was in a position that I knew no one is going to come and help me, my mind was able to find the answers itself. It relied on itself. And that gave me a new perspective in my life that, if you jump into something and you totally expect from yourself 100%, and if you ask certain questions, you'll get the answers.
That's right.
So that was a really big thing for me. Like that really changed my mind.
That gave you the confidence to know that you could actually run your own business.
100%. I think that was like the starting point of my like shifting of my mindset. Yeah, that was amazing.
That's an amazing story to share. Thanks, Hassan.
Thanks a lot.
Really
mate.
good.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
So that's how Healthcare IT Solutions was actually born. You're now Workspace IT Solutions. Can you talk about your first few years running your own business as healthcare and then your motivation then to change it to Workspace IT?
So what happened was like did that project like in December 2016. And then, by 2018, I had like 3 part-time customers. Like part-time, I was working and supporting 3 medical centers. And in 2018, I thought, hey, okay, let's give it a try. Let's start business, like full-time.
Yeah.
And
that's
I had
a big step.
Yeah, big step. And I went to my wife and I said, hey, I'm not happy with my current job. I'm thinking I should I have some 3 customers, small customers at that point. I'm thinking of starting a business. I want to, leave that IT job. And I was thinking subconsciously that she will say, hey, no, don't take risks. What's going to happen? How are we going to run the family, home? How are we going to put the food on the table? And when I went to her and I spoke to her and she said, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
And I was like shocked. Oh no. She just, wow.
She was very supportive.
Like I thought she would say, no, don't do this. I tried. And that's when I need to do it now.
Yeah,
There's no other way.
Like everyone's giving you the go ahead and it's just yourself to.
Yeah, it was like that mental block was gone that I have to do it. And she's relying on me and she's trusting me. Wow. Like I wasn't trusting myself at that point, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I started trying with the 3 businesses, was working part-time as an Uber driver to make the ends meet, but it was not enough. And then after 6 months, I had to give up at that point.
Yeah, right.
Then I joined another IT company and learned really good experience. And the owner of that business is Rick Williams, and he's a fantastic mentor. And the team trained me a lot. And during COVID, I lost my job. And at the same time, after a few months, because it was the onset of COVID, so luckily I got a good contract, a medical center setting up in Shire. So
this was during COVID, was it?
During COVID, yes. In 2020, around March, April. Then, I lost my job and I said, okay, I've got a good customer. Let's give you 100%, 120%.
Yeah.
And, make it work. And Rakesh helped me a lot. He referred me a lot of doctors. He was the sales guy for me. Like he was the expert he knew how to talk to doctors. He was like
he spoke their language.
Yeah, 100%. And that's, healthcare IT came into being. And we were able to accelerate to over 15 clinics at that time. And I was able to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And then at one day, I was working in the clinic. Rakesh introduced me to a chiropractor. She was from BNI. She was part of a chapter in BNI.
Oh, yeah.
And she said to me, hey, do you want to come to my network? I said, it's BNI. And I said, oh, yeah, I know BNI. Like my previous boss was part of BNI and he used to, go to BNI every week and stuff. And it was COVID time. And she said, okay, I'm going to invite you. And I joined her, it was online meetings at that time because of the issues, the COVID issue and because of lockdowns. And I saw at 6:15 a.m., I joined the meeting and I was like, wow, there were 40 business owners sitting there, most of them in their offices. Who are these people?
Yeah.
And then, I explored BNI, met with Lisa. She said, hey, there's a chapter in Inner West. That's, how join BNI in a Workspace Setters.
Join a networking group?
Through a networking group, yeah. And that's where it all started to change for me. That's where my personal development was, happening, and a lot of growth in the mindset. And that's where I met you.
Yeah.
Amazing CFO for our chapter. So I had a one-to-one with you, like a meeting with you, and you mentioned about, hey, it's for businesses, as you always, talk about how important it is to plan your business, to plan your goals. I said, hey, Phil, I wanna do the 12-month forecast. So that's where, you started helping me. And I remember like we discussed, and you said, hey, why don't you, Hassan, you're focusing on healthcare, which is really good, but why don't you like look into the non-healthcare side as well? Like we can refer you a lot of business, like our network can refer a lot of work. So why are you missing that opportunity? And I said to myself, okay, let's see. Okay. At that time, I think that meeting and those like 12-month forecast sessions that I did with you, I think that put the seed in my mind that, hey, I need to create another brand if I want to excel in the, grow further and accelerate further in the other realm of the IT, which is the non-healthcare. And that's where, Workspace IT came into being. And I'm honestly like, I feel proud, like if I would not have taken that, sessions with you, like Workspace IT would not be here.
Yeah, it's all you though.
Thank you so much, mate.
I only planted the seed. You were able to take all the actions and grow it to where you are now and unlock more doors for yourself in the business. Now that you're more established and I'd say further into the business life cycle, what are some of the challenges you're facing now as a growing business in your third year, fourth year?
Like at this stage, the challenges are to solidify our offerings. As an IT consulting company, what does the market wants? What are the needs of the businesses? So, and solidifying their need and making solutions that work for them. So not just taking any solution that, hey, and try to fit the customers into that solution. It's about listen to the customers. What are the pain points? What are the problems they're facing? And reverse engineer and make the solution based on that. And some challenges are like, which I'm constantly working on, is to improve our offerings. The second challenge is that how to grow your team.
It's a big one.
Yeah, 100%, and how to manage your team at the same time.
Right.
Because I was like a technician as well, like working just by myself, and I was accountable only for myself. But now I'm accountable for my customers and accountable for my team as well to nurture them.
Having a business is like having another baby, another kid.
100%.
It's constant. You've got to always think about it. You've got to constantly feed it. You've got to constantly take care of it. It will cry a lot of the times, and you got to take care of it. So it's a ever growing thing that you can't not think about and take care of. But that's good. Hassan, I wanted you to share your experience as a father of two now, but also how is the dynamic there at home whilst you're running this business, trying to provide for it, but also trying to be a father to your lovely daughters.
When I was working for other companies, like I was working long hours. I used to like work maybe 12 hours or more at times, even on the weekends. A day, yeah. And even on the weekends as well. Like my first daughter was born in 2015, Soleha. And at that time, like I missed a lot of time initially, like I wasn't able to spend much time when she was growing, like, the most cute stage of a baby, like 1 year or 2 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
And I missed a lot of time, but I used to play with her. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Like I used to become...
But you felt like there could have been more time spent.
100%. Like I feel like when I see videos of her, like she was just 1 year old, like sitting and not able to walk, trying to learn to walk. Like I always thought that I should have spent more time. And then, after getting into business, it was like initial few years were really a struggle. And it was just trying to balance time between family and work. So, and honestly, like the biggest support that I got was like personally in my family was my wife. Like she was always a lifesaver. She is a lifesaver. Yeah. And because a lot of times came when, we were short on finances, like I had to pay bills. I took all the subscriptions that MSP should get, like most of them I got, and they were pretty expensive to start with. But I thought, hey, I want to start with the right solid foundation.
Yep.
And she was there, like she was working from home, trying to look after kids. She said, it's not your worry. I will look after the kids. And she was also working part-time to support me as well.
Yeah.
And she was trusting in me, believing in me, and encouraging me as well. So I think it looks like at the front that I was doing the business and setting, but I think if without her, it wouldn't be possible. Like the support right from your home, like is the biggest support that you can get.
Yeah, that's amazing. So you're the face of the business, but really the one running it is your wife.
100%.
Behind the scenes, because
100%.
she's doing everything else, but that allows you to focus on the business.
100%. Like
That's great.
Like she's adjusting herself to support me, to support the kids. So, and that's the biggest blessing, because like I used to think, like I used to hear that people, whatever you ask for, you get, right? So I used to
ask and you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive, 100%. And that, in my teenage time when I was thinking, hey, I want a wife who is a really good mother of my children, and
a good fit for you.
And luckily I got her, and I feel really blessed, to be honest. And because of her support, initial couple of years were really difficult, but then when I was at a certain point where things were getting comfortable and getting better, I was able to make the ends meet,
and more now.
And more now 100%. And now like the blessing is that I can spend more time with my children. Like I can decide, hey, I want to work from home. I want to spend more time and, take them out during the weekdays as well.
You're not doing 12 hours a day anymore. So
100%.
You're doing 11 hours.
less than that.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's amazing. Well, before we wrap up this podcast episode, I'd want you to, piece of advice that you could share with anyone looking to start their own business.
I was like just recently listening to a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And the really important point that he mentioned that is a recipe of success in your business and in your life is persistence.
Yeah.
And there are 4 things. If you start doing, you don't need high intellect. You don't need, high knowledge or education to follow that. If you start doing 4 things, you will get the persistence in your life and in your business. And the number one thing is that you should have a purpose in your life, a purpose backed with a desire. Number 2 thing is you should make a goal backed by action, a plan of action, so that, you start planning and taking action. Number 3 is you block any negativity coming into your mind from your family, friends, or acquaintances. And number 4 is surround yourself with people who you want to become. You should be the weakest link in your chain. You shouldn't be the strongest link in your chain, because that's where your mind will tend to improve and, emulate people around yourself.
Yeah.
I think persistence really helps. And in the end, everything works out. Because the job we are working in is also a part of a business, right? That can crash anytime as well, right? So why don't we do a business for ourselves? That's right. And grow over, come towards the financial freedom that we want.
Yeah, that's right. Your focus determines your reality.
100%.
Well, thank you for joining us on the podcast. Really appreciate you coming out and sharing your story and experience. Thanks, Hassan.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Will. Thank you. Pleasure.
So if you're about to begin your business journey or you're currently going through your business journey, tune into future episodes so that you can learn more and find a supportive community. Otherwise, follow me on LinkedIn for more.